Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker Podcast, brought to you by Eyesight Drones. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world-famous Andy Shaver. How you doing, Andy?
Jeff, those words just, they ring hollow today.
The world-famous?
It's been a tough couple days.
You got your ass whooped the last couple mornings, huh?
I've been used to handing out ass whippings. It's been a good season, and then the last we've hit just a brick wall.
You know, I talked to Russ.
What day did we have the big north wind?
Saturday.
Ever since Sunday, it's been tough.
Yeah. You had a good hunt Sunday.
Huh?
You had a good hunt Sunday, didn't you? No, Blake had a good hunt Sunday.
Yeah, Blake's been top dog.
Yeah, top
dog.
dog.
I can't take Blake being top dog anymore.
Well, he rubs it in a little bit.
He's not humble at all.
I talked to Rustin today, and I told him, he goes, how's it going? I said, well, we're getting our nuts kicked in today. I said, 2 days in a row of fucking no wind, a little bit of frost.
Full moon.
Full moon. I said, it's been just fucking terrible. He goes, we have fog here, and we're getting our nuts kicked in. I said, well, I guess it could be a little bit worse.
I would take fog just because I'm tired of getting my nuts kicked in the daylight.
And
like
being able
in the
to see it?
sunshine. Yeah, just give me fog.
In the light of the day.
Yeah.
All right, with us today, Mr. Jay Thomas. How are you doing, Jay? With Blind Grass. How are you, sir? Can you hear me? We've lost him.
Yeah, now I can, yeah. Yeah.
How's life in southern Louisiana?
It's freezing right now. It's like in the 40s compared to what it's been like. So everything's
How's the
good.
hunting?
Awful. Well, we've had good days, but it's been dry. You know, back in the summer, it rained like 12 and a half times every day. And then come September, once those storms came through, it was nothing. We had no rain. And it's just this past weekend, we got some rain, or Saturday, we got some rain. And, but it's just been dry and hot. I mean, it's been alligator in the marsh. People hunting the marsh had alligators up to last weekend.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that would be enough for me.
It's bad here, but at least I don't have to deal with gators.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's been one hole we've been waiting to shoot, and I think we're going to go Friday just because the bayou is just full of gators, and they're going to be docile enough, I think, by Friday to go in there.
So what do you do if you get in there as big gators? You just don't use a dog, right? You still hunt, but don't take a dog?
Yeah, I mean, this place we're going to go, you got to wade in, so we don't like to go in there when there's gators.
No.
Yeah, it's not as fun as it sounds. And but when it's warm and they're out, you know, I just don't use my dog.
do you know of anybody that's ever lost their dog to a gator?
Yeah, I've known several. There was a guy at Pecan Island this year. They were hunting what's basically a pasture. Pecan Island's down on the coast in the marsh, right down on South Louisiana on the coast, and they were hunting basically a pasture on the side of the road away from the main marsh, and it was like a big 12-footer. He sent his dog after a teal and saw it take off, and man, it hit, and that dog whimpered, and it was over.
Oh my goodness, what a helpless feeling.
Yeah, and they had not seen a sign of that gator in there.
Oh, that'd be terrible. You know, there's been a couple times like my dog's gotten close to the road, and you know that's kind of an oh shit moment. But I can always bring him back if there's a car coming or something. But if there's just a gator and it takes it out of nowhere, like there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, they it's just awful. And we had an older man during the that last storm that hit more than New Orleans side, and he got eaten by a gator.
A man did?
Yeah, he went down. He went down to check on the floodwaters under his house, and his wife heard him screaming stuff, and she went down there, and this big-ass gator got it, so she went up there to try to get up some, came back, and he was gone.
Ooh.
Did the death row with him?
Yeah, it wasn't
What a shitty
Now
way
you're
to go.
supposed to like go after the eyeballs in that situation, aren't you? Like just fucking go to town on it.
I hadn't studied up on it that much because I'm trying not to get too close to it.
I think that's what you're supposed to do. If you ever find yourself in this position, Jay, go for the eyeballs. That's their weakest
I'll
point.
go for the eyeballs. Now because I've been, usually they don't bother you that much, but I've been out kayak fishing in the marsh, and one of them comes up beside you, and he said, God dang, man, that thing, you feel awful small next to it.
Why would anybody from Louisiana take fucking advice from somebody in West Texas about a fucking gator? That's the first thing I'd tell you. If
Go for
Andy
the
tells
eyeballs.
you something,
I'm
I wouldn't
telling you,
listen to that
Go for
shit.
the eyeballs.
I'm going, if one gets after me, I'm going for the eyeballs because I don't know what else you can hit that son bitch
You gotta
on.
thumb it.
Because he's pretty rock solid.
Yes, yes.
Have you ever had one swim through your decoys?
Oh, yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. Opening weekend up at Pecan Island. That Sunday, coming back from the blind to where we parked the boat, I counted 12 gators.
Ooh. Jeez. Now, I wonder what made them attack this one guy that was checking the floodwaters. Wonder if he like stepped on it or something. Because I mean, most of the
I
time,
don't
like
know.
you said, they don't unless they're provoked or you stumble upon it.
Yeah, I don't know why they got into him, but they caught it later, and it was a big one.
Phew. Jeez, that is not fun. That does nothing. I mean, none of that sounds. I'm a nervous guy anyway. Now I'm having to worry about rattlesnakes because it's 80 degrees during Christmas. But
Yeah.
gators are a little bit different. I'll take my snakes over because you got cottonmouths also out there. You got gators and cottonmouths.
Yeah, we got a lot of things that'll bite you. When you get in the blinds here, we hunt pit blinds a lot, and you got to check that blind. If you're around the canal, make sure there's not a gator or snakes and stuff in the Nutria rats.
Nutria rats.
Nutrias, they won't bother you though, will they?
No, there's. I was hunting with a guy one time, and he had like his 14-year-old daughter with us, and we sitting there hunting with shot some geese and a couple of ducks, and it was a pit blind, and she goes, Dad, there's a Nutria rat under my seat, just like calm like that. And I looked, I said, God, keep that thing down there with you. And she didn't bother her at all. She sat there and we hunted and got through hunting. And I went and got a big stick and put it down in the blind and leaned it up against so it could crawl out. But she was as calm as she could be with it.
Now they pay for the tails on those, don't they?
Yeah.
How much? Not enough for you to jack with it in the blind?
It was $2. I'm not sure what they do with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bunch of coon asses making $2 a damn Nutria rats what'll be happening.
Yeah. Yeah, they tried to make it a delicacy a few years ago and get people to eat them because they destroyed the marsh, but nobody really took it. I mean, we want to down here. We don't even eat them.
Have you ever had one? Have you ever tried it?
No, and we eat pretty much everything.
Yes. Yeah.
And make it taste damn good too.
What do you say, Jeff? If you want to make something extinct,
You tell a coon ass it's illegal and it tastes good.
they'll be chasing it all the time.
It's damn true, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yep,
Yeah,
there you go.
It's pretty much.
So, how are things with blind grass right now? We're coming through the middle. We're coming through the pandemic that won't go away. Now all of a sudden you can't inventory is a pain in the ass to get from anywhere. So how are things going on your end?
Finally, we got a shipment. We got the shipment in that we wanted in August last Friday, and it cost just the shipping. It cost about 4 times more than it would last year. And I wanted a small shipment in because we had a lot of people up north calling back in the spring already wanting to order some. We were out of stock. Well, I will make a small order now that will get in like in June, get through that and get the big order in August and go through it. Well, we got the one that was supposed to be in June. We got it in October, and I think it sold out. It was 2-3 weeks we were sold out, and just got the other one Friday. So now we're busy filling back orders. and we opened it up for orders last week, new orders last week.
It's got to be so frustrating. You know, you're
Oh.
this new company, and you know you're trying to get customers want your product. That's the most frustrating part. Is you got people that are wanting your product, and you're just banging your head against the wall. Just please, I just need it so I can get it to these people.
Oh yeah, it's been, and I first started trying this 4 years ago, and we started selling it 3 years ago. I mean, we have not had a single complaint, not a single order come back, and people trying to order and order. And this year I couldn't even advertise.
Right.
You know, we couldn't advertise because you don't have any stock. So it just kind of it stagnates you. And just so frustrating because this year was supposed to be a year where we thought we'd make money. And it's not going to be that way, looks like.
Well, and you know what the shitty part of it all now is there's a lot of places in the country their season's closed. They're done.
Oh yeah, it's the season's over.
Yeah.
They're still ordering for some reason. I guess they got nothing else to do.
That is true.
Except ice fish, but you know, it's I don't know who, but they're still ordering and we're just trying to get it out as fast as we can. But that's one thing I've learned with this is I've been hunting all my life, but the different places that I didn't know so many people duck hunted in different places, like Utah.
Mm-hmm.
The buku people hunt out in Utah. We get a ton of orders.
I wonder why. Just because they're on the Great Salt Lake and not much cover?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't know. But that's where they're hunting is the Great Salt Lake, and it sounds like an interesting place to hunt. But I mean, you'll get a lot of orders.
From what I understand too, is they're in a real big drought in Utah, like we are in West Texas, and and they say Great Salt Lake is way, way, way down. So maybe they're having to hunt on bare open banks, and so they're doing different things than they've done before.
Yeah, it may be. I mean, they started ordering it 2-3 years ago, I guess, and it just keeps going on and on. I mean, I never knew there was a duck in Utah.
They're all green-winged teal.
They kill a lot of teal. They kill a lot of shovelers
that's
too.
what I hear.
Yeah.
I think. Supposed to be really good hunting. The northwest part of the United States is is a big hidden. I don't know if it's much of a secret no more, but I know Eastern Washington State is some of the best waterfowl hunting in the world.
Yeah, get a lot of orders out of there. Napa, California, a bunch of orders.
Bunch of wine drinking hippies out there hunting is what's going on.
I don't know. They hadn't sent me nobody done sent me a case of wine yet.
Those people out there, they might be smoking it. You're blind grass. They might think it's something else.
You may be right.
You know, you don't know what it does. We've set it on fire.
That's for true. They may.
So how did you start Blind Grass? How'd this come about?
Just from the pain of, I never minded brushing the blind the first time of the year. It's like putting out decoys the first time. You know, you're excited, you're getting ready. But then when you get storms come through or you get a freeze, which I don't know if we'll ever get this year, you get a freeze and you're using like Johnson grass or roseau and that stuff, and it breaks and all the leaves fall off of it, and all you have is sticks. Yeah. Or then we hunt the marsh. You know, you get off work by the time you get down to the camp, it's 6 o'clock and it's dark, and you can't go check on your blind. You get out there and the storm has come through and knocked all the roseaus down. And here at hunting pit blinds, I mean, you got people come, you know, everybody gets in there, parts their little way like the freaking Red Sea with your grass. And you have the same problem with it. The grass breaks, falls apart. Some people use salt grass around here, but it'll freaking poke you in your eyeballs and your ears, and it's just painful. I can't stand the salt grass. So I started looking years ago for something. I said, man, just something that could be permanent on these blinds. We don't have to do it over and over. So I'd go like the Hobby Lobby and look at the plastic plants, but god dang, that stuff was expensive. So I started looking at other places and found a synthetic resin that we can make in different colors and different lengths in different mats and in the bundle grass. And like I said, we started using it 4 years ago, and I left it out all summer in the back of my truck. And And then people just started buying it. And the first year, it was, like I said, I thought I was just doing it for pit blinds and marsh blinds. And I just thought people around here would buy it. Well, then people up north started buying it for boat blinds. And they call me and say, man, this stuff's incredible because it doesn't get wet. It does not hold any water. These other grass mats, they get wet and it gets heavy and it just waterlogs us. And or it freezes, it breaks. Right. And plus it doesn't last. So I was at a guide's blind in a marsh 3 years, a couple of weeks ago, and he's left his out in the marsh for 3 years. And you couldn't tell the difference. They look brand new.
Now, what is it? Is it just that it's this synthetic material that doesn't age and it doesn't, the sun doesn't fade it?
Yes. Now it's, I think it's going to last. If you leave it out for 5 years, it'll be good. Leave it out. After that, we're not sure about how long, if it's not going to fade or something.
Right. I would think anything that lasted one season would be money's worth. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Do you really expect anything to last 3 years, 4 years if you're hunting it? I think if you got one season out of it, would be good.
If I get more than 1 year on anything, aside from like a call or something, something like that, but anything that, you're constantly, fucking with, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I would think 1 year would be good. You was talking about you leaving your decoy. I got two things to think about. Your decoys, you're talking about leaving your decoys out and your blinds and stuff, putting the decoys out. Did you see how many people lost their freaking spreads in these big storms the other day?
Oh.
I read all kinds of stuff where guys had
at
Reelfoot Lake, there's some guys had 1,000 decoys that are gone. Because they hunt those Mondo spreads up there. I think they'll hunt 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 decoys sometimes. That storm wiped out some of those places. That'd be crazy as hell.
That's
and then a funny story, when you said about how much that high dollar shit is at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one year me and Michelle went to Michael's, and she had showed me something in a magazine, and it was a Christmas tree, and a lady put her Christmas tree up in September, and she decorated with all fall flowers, and then when all fall decorations, and then at Thanksgiving she took all them down and put Christmas decorations. I said, that'd be pretty cool. She goes, you think so? I said, yeah. So she goes, well, let's go into Michael's and I'll get this stuff. I said, okay. I'm not having a clue what this shit costs because I don't go to Michael's usually. We go in there, and so she starts filling the basket up with all these decorative plastic flowers and shit. And that lady starts checking us out. Well, we got to $700, and we still had a half a basket to go. I told her, I said, turn around and just walk out. She goes, what? I said, just walk out. I said, I ain't paying $1,500 freaking dollars to put a fall tree up. She goes, Jeff, I can't do that. I said, bullshit, just walk out. She goes, you seriously are going to? And we walked out. I finally talked her into walking out, and the lady was about $1,100 when we walked out the door.
That's shitty, Jeff.
It was shitty, but I would have been more shitty for me to pay $1,500 freaking dollars for a fall Christmas
Why
tree.
didn't you just say, hold on? Your pride got in the way, didn't it?
Oh, hell yeah. I was embarrassed.
We talked about that. Blake and I were talking about that the other day. So Blake got a pair of ostrich skin boots. He had no idea what ostrich skin boots cost. Gets up there, $450.
That's not a bad price.
Blake was thinking it'd be like $175, $200. He didn't know that ostrich skin boots would be this. He didn't see a price tag on it.
I would rather pay $450 for ostrich skin boots and $1,500 fucking dollars for some flowers.
Blake didn't like them $450 worth.
Oh, so what did he do? Walk away?
Fuck no, he paid for it. He's like, my pride wouldn't let me be like, oh, hold on, I didn't know that was $450. So he's like, I'm going to have to get my credit card for this one.
My pride was looking out that Suburban out there, and I had 3 boys in school still, and I thought, fuck, I ain't paying $1,500. That's half of Christmas right there. I was thinking $300 or $400. I'm serious. That cash register kept going up, $700, $800. I'm like, let's get the hell out of here.
Walk away.
She's like, what? I said, let's just walk away.
What did the lady say? Was she like, sir?
I said, we're going to look at something. Hold on. She just kept ringing it up. We walked out the door.
Oh, my goodness.
Never been back to that place since.
Fuck no, you can't.
I think that would have been my move, too.
Yeah, you can't go back now.
I wouldn't have told that story 10 years ago because I had too much pride. As you get older, you can eat some pride and some shit and realize that was common sense. Because we'd still have that $1,500 mess in our house every year.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to have that pride. You just kind of let it go. Like my wife a while back, she's extremely blonde.
Well, I've got one like that.
And yeah, well, I can beat you, I guarantee you. She gets she calls me and goes, hey, is one of your friends a dermatologist? And she's just delirious. I said, I don't think so. And I said, no, none of mine. They're all different kinds of doctors, no dermatologist. Well, I just noticed I passed this mirror and I saw this big mole, black mole on my leg. And I've never seen it before. I never saw one on your leg. Oh, yeah, it's big and black, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta call the dermatologist. We'll call one and tell them, how concerned you are. You got to get in because it takes a long time to get in and see them. So she calls me back a few minutes later, and she's just crying, laughing. She said, well, I called him, and he said, well, touch it and see if it's raised. She said, and I touched it, and it moved.
Oh, no.
And it was a piece of chocolate from a protein bar that I'd been eating this morning. I said, well, what did you do about your fork? But she said, well, I had to keep it. I couldn't tell them I wasn't going to take it because I was too embarrassed.
Piece of chocolate from a protein bar.
So is she going to go to it, or is she going to cancel it in a week later?
No, she canceled it. Yeah. Kind of like you. She never went back.
No, I did not ever go back in there. And it was in the Metroplex. We drive by that every once in a while. I always laugh and chuckle. But I did. I was like, just walk away. Just walk away, Michelle.
She's got a lot of pride too. I'm surprised she did that.
She wanted to just write a check for us because we just see she does. This is how blonde my wife is. Write a check to her. She doesn't realize you got to put something to cover the check. She thinks it's a checkbook like she's 7 years old still.
Oh yeah,
just write a check. Oh, I'd love to have a new Range Rover. Just write a check. Well, there's some financing going to be involved here.
The Grand Wagoneer is what she's got her heart set on, and I'm like, Mother, that's $125,000 vehicle.
Just write a check.
Just write a check. That's the fuck. That's what the fuck. 120.
Oh, I got a copy machine with a fax machine. We don't have a landline here. Well, I need to fax this. Well, we don't have a fax line. Well, we have a fax machine. It's on the fax. Yeah, but we don't have a phone line. Well, it still won't fax? No, it won't fax. And the look on her face.
Well, we didn't marry them for their brains. Let's be honest about that.
No, but god dang, it's entertaining.
Yes,
too.
It is.
She laughs at herself more than anything.
Makes you wonder how they ever survived.
Yeah, because she's extremely smart. But yeah, it's scary. I mean, this morning I said, having coffee, and I go in the kitchen, and I said, she was in the living room watching Fox News, which is the only thing she'll watch besides Saints games. And I said, you want some boudin? No, I don't guess so. It's okay. So I heated it up, come back in the living room with boudin on the plate. She goes, well, I didn't know you had some. I said, well, did you think I was just curious? Want to make conversation or something?
Yeah, I was going to go outside and make some.
Like, yeah, I want some now.
So is boudin a coon-ass breakfast?
A coon-ass
Is
what?
that a coon-ass breakfast, boudin?
No, it's not for breakfast anymore. It's for everything. Yeah. It's you never had boudin? It's
we had some the other day.
It's
just
pork
Jeff
and
didn't know that
spices
it was
and green onion and rice and a sausage case.
Yeah.
No, it's
Jeff
excellent.
just didn't know it was good for breakfast.
We have some in here right now. We've had some twice this last week here. I've had two of the best coon-ass meals ever here this last month. I had a guy here from both were from one was from northern Louisiana. Guy made chicken and shrimp gumbo, or chicken and sausage gumbo, and it was really good. And I had an old boy make some jambalaya up here the other day. Best shit I've ever eaten in my life. Ever.
Now, what was it? You broke up.
One had chicken and sausage gumbo, and the other guy made jambalaya. And the jambalaya was the best I've ever had in my life. And he rebooked for.
Sounds like a challenge.
He rebooked for next year, and he says, "I'll make it again for you." I'm like, "You think you can make it 3 nights in a row because it was that damn good?"
I may need to come down and cook for you.
Any coon ass is welcome here to bring their big kettle with them because they all can cook and it's all damn good.
Here's the thing, though. We had it like back-to-back nights. My stomach needed a break.
Well, it was yours. Nobody else's stomach needed a break. That's the best eating in the world.
It was after that I had to break.
Now, what kind of gumbo was it?
It was chicken and sausage, and it was good.
A speck?
We ain't eating no damn goose. Chicken and sausage, no specks.
No, one of them.
Oh, a speck about a gumbo?
Hell no. I ain't eating no goose.
No, somebody did goose in theirs. Gary Coker did.
I didn't eat his.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did too.
I'm not eating.
A speckle-belly gumbo is the best gumbo you can make.
No, it's got a goose in it.
My family will. They don't want a seafood gumbo. They don't want a chicken gumbo. When we want a gumbo, they want a speck gumbo because it's so deep and rich and delicious. It makes a broth like no other gumbo. For some reason.
I would eat it.
Jeff's on an he's not a goose eater. I do not eat goose.
Yes, he does.
No.
Yes, he does. He just doesn't know that he's eating it.
No.
There's been plenty of times that we've tricked you.
No. Goose is like eating bad liver.
We've made tacos out of goose that you've had before. You're like, that's not too bad.
Not too bad. That doesn't mean it's good. I did eat some.
Now you talking like Canada goose or speck?
It's a speck.
It's a speck, but I'm not. It's a goose. It tastes the same.
No.
Yes.
No, specks taste different.
Well, you come from the land of good food. You can take a coon ass could take a dog turd and make it taste good. Ain't no doubt about it. Best food in the world.
So I don't know why you're balking at him making a speckle belly goose gumbo. You're throwing a fit over there like a 7-year-old.
I did eat some duck in Mexico this summer that was very good though.
That's what you said.
Very good. And I'm not a duck eater, and it was really good. But it was at a French.
Oh, I love ducks too.
It was at a French restaurant, and it was damn good.
A French restaurant in Mexico.
Yeah, no shit. But I'm betting you Jose or Chico cooked the motherfucker for me. I'm telling you, it wasn't. it wasn't cooked by no Pierre, but it was damn good. There was also Mexicans that were hibachi chefs and everything. Them Mexicans can do everything. I'm telling you. Don't let them kid you.
I never thought of a French restaurant in Mexico.
It was good. I was actually surprised.
You know what's crazy? When my wife and I went to St. Lucia, the only Chinese people we saw were at the hibachi place and the sushi place. I don't know if they carted them in or how they got there, but Sandals, they brought in real Chinese people to roll that sushi up. Kudos to Sandals.
Well, we were. My daughter works for the Saints and Pelicans, so for Thanksgiving, she had to be there at the game, Saints Buffalo game. So I went over there to spend Thanksgiving with her, and a lot of Buffalo people there in the game. And so these two girls were in front of me getting a drink at the game, and I said, "Man, I want to thank y'all for those chicken wings. Man, those are good." That y'all came out with, and she said, "Thanks, but they're awful down here." I said, "What do you mean?" Said, "The chicken wings." I said, "What the hell are you eating chicken wings in New Orleans for?" "Well, we don't like seafood." I said, "So your whole world consists of eating chicken wings? That's the only thing you can eat?" Good God. Come to New Orleans eating chicken wings.
Yeah, they're a little simple up there. What are the Saints going to do? Because, I mean, Taysom Hill, he's not the long-term answer.
No, I mean, I don't understand. You know, Sean Payton he knows so much more about football than I do. But Simeon's not bad to me. Like, put Simeon in and then put Taysom in. Let Taysom be Taysom. Right. And just do the other stuff. Because, I mean, our receivers are not very good. I don't know. I mean, Winston was doing fine, was in there, but he didn't have any receivers either.
They got to cut ties with Michael Thomas. After what he's done to them the past 2 years, fucking send him on down the road.
Oh, yeah. I agree totally, yeah. I
mean, to have you know you got to have surgery. So you have surgery in June, July? It's ridiculous. Bush League. Yeah. He didn't want to be there anymore, and that was his way to get out of it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. They got to do something.
And now you got
it's gonna be long seasons coming.
Why
up.
did they sign Taysom Hill to that huge extension? That don't make no sense to me at all.
I don't know. That's another one of the things I don't know.
I don't understand that. I know that they would like to get Aaron Rodgers, but everybody else would like to get Aaron Rodgers except for Tampa Bay, just about, in Kansas City. I bet every other team would want him. I don't understand why because if you do that, you're going to get Devontae Adams. But I think Rodgers signs back with Packers. But Taysom Hill to get $30 million or whatever he got, that's ridiculous. That's a stupid contract. That's going to be like them dumbasses in Baltimore when they signed Lamar Jackson to a huge extent. He's not worth it at all. I mean, they're not going to ever win a playoff game with him, so that'd be dumb as hell to give that money away. But the NFL needs some answers.
Yeah.
They just need to ask a fat guy in Knox City to give them the answers because we are experts here. Hey, let me ask you.
It should be that
I'm going to
easy.
change it up since you said something about the Pelicans. I don't watch basketball. I took an oath to be an American a long time ago, and them fuckers are anti-American, so I don't watch them. But my question is, that Zion Williamson or whatever his name is, that big what the hell's happened to him? I thought he was the big savior, going to be the greatest player to come back
He hurt his ankle, and it hadn't healed right.
When you're 6,
I mean, he's got a bad body. I mean, he's 6'6", almost 300 pounds. And it takes a lot of abuse, I guess.
He's a big old boy.
Yeah. Yeah. When he was playing, he was in there, but he was good, but just can't stay healthy for some reason.
do you go to New Orleans much, or is it unsafe?
No, it's not. I've never felt unsafe. Well, the only time I ever felt unsafe was when I was me and a couple of buddies were right out of college, and we were going to Florida, and I was designated driver, and we were stopping in New Orleans, and we would go to some bars and then get to the beach for that morning. So we got some bars. We came out about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was stone cold sober. And just seeing everybody out there drunk and the whole deal and nightlife under sober eyes, yeah, it was a little scary.
We had a hunter. He was going, what was he going, the museum or something? Is the museum in a bad part? Well, fuck, New Orleans.
Yeah, World War II Museum is right downtown. Or not downtown, I don't know what it is. It's down by the French Quarter.
Yeah, it's downtown. It's right by the interstate.
He was taking his family there, and it was kind of getting late in the day, and they were having some sort of, what parade were they having? It was kind of like BLM. Jeff, I'm talking to you.
I know, and I'm trying to think of what kind of parade they would have had other than Mardi Gras parade. Is it Black Lives Matter parade?
It was something along that line. It was something along the lines, and they were there, and they stopped and asked. There were two cops on the corner, and white cop and a black cop, and they asked for directions to this place, and they were telling them everything, and then the black cop was like, "Yeah, but y'all can't go down there." And he's like, "What do you mean we can't go down there?" And then the white cop, he's like telling him, he's like, no, y'all can't go down there. And he's like, "Oh, I got you.
You're too damn white."
Yeah, without saying you're too damn white. So he was appreciative. He was like, "Hell, I got my family. I got the hell out of there." But but that's the only time we were down there. We went and watched my brother graduate in. He graduated boot camp. So we drove to South Carolina, and on the way back, we went through southern Louisiana, and we drove through New Orleans on a Sunday morning, about 9 o'clock. And I had no idea how they cleaned up the streets in New Orleans. Evidently, they just put out the water cannons and just blow that shit down in the sewer and let it go. Well, there was a homeless man, and he was asleep under a window. And my son, he was 4 or 5 at the time. He said, "Man, Dad, that guy must have had a rough night last night." And I was like, "Well, he's sleeping on cardboard, son, so I'm thinking this is a teachable moment." He's had more than one rough night in his life. But New Orleans is a town unlike any other.
Yes, yeah, and that reminds me of my wife again. We're riding an Uber, and because there's so much to see there, and there's a lot of homeless people under the bridge right there on 190, and she's looking at us. She goes, if I had to be homeless, New Orleans is where I'd want to be because there's so much to see.
That's greatness right there.
But there's a line of homeless people, bless their hearts, under that bridge, and they got tents and stuff. Well, there was one dude, he had a full bedroom suit, like a queen size bed. He had a bed table, had a lamp on it. He couldn't plug the lamp in, but he had a full bedroom suit down there. I don't know how he worked that deal out.
She's just gonna be homeless and be touring the town, looking around.
Oh yeah. She should go back to her little tent at night, but go touring the rest of the time.
See, we're thinking about going to New Orleans. We're supposed to go see Elton John the first week of February, but if it's a vaccine only event, we're not going to be going. So we may go to New Orleans, and that's why I was thinking about if what it's like down there because we hadn't been in 2 years. We usually go just about once a year. I love New Orleans. It's like Las Vegas. I like to people watch, and there's a lot of fucked up people in New Orleans. There's a lot of watching to do.
Oh, one of the strangest things for sure. I mean, we went to the fairgrounds, the racetrack on Thanksgiving Day. It's the first day of the races. And it was like a mock Kentucky Derby. I mean, there would be people, there was guys they made a cowboy hat. Thing was 6 feet long. I mean, women would have hats on this big or hats on this big. Whole families dressed up. People dressed up as everything. It was incredible. But yeah, there's so much to see. But the strangest thing I've ever seen in New Orleans was going to Final Four. And this was when North Carolina played. This was when Chris Webber called a timeout in the
Michigan
game that year. And
North Carolina, Michigan.
Yeah, North Carolina, Michigan, exactly. And but it's so much fun downtown when big events like that are happening, or like Saints games. This is incredible. And but we see this guy. He's like 7 feet tall, and he's got a thing of chocolate milk and a block of cheddar cheese.
Oh my God!
I mean, imagine that duo right there.
Jeez.
Like to know the history there. He's gonna drink some chocolate milk and plug his ass up.
Oh, he's gonna be backed up for a week. God.
It's rough.
When did we went there? How old was I?
You was probably 18.
Yeah. You didn't go down. Why didn't you? You didn't walk with us down?
Because Payne was 6 years old down
Bourbon
7
Street.
or 8 years. Not a good place for a 6 or 7 year old to go walking with titties flopping everywhere.
No. I haven't been. I mean, we don't go to Bourbon Street. There's so many other things to go do down there when we go. There's so many restaurants off the beaten path and other things to go do. But I don't think we've been on Bourbon Street since the Saints championship game when they beat Minnesota. That's the last
That's
time.
a shitty day for Andy. So what's your favorite restaurant down there to eat at?
God, there's a bunch. There's some hole in the walls. GW Finn's is really good if you like fish.
What about Drago's?
They have Drago's is very good. Yes. If you like fish, GW Finn's they have a new menu every day. Just the fresh fish that comes in, depending on what they get. There's just so many restaurants there.
Have you ate at Muflada's yet?
Have what?
Muflada's, I think's the name of it, or Mufalada, wherever that sandwich is, the Cuban sandwich. There's a restaurant named after it.
Muffaletta.
Yeah, what's damn good.
Muffaletta.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know there's a restaurant named Muffaletta.
Yeah, it's good. It's right across from Drago's, kind of where they do where the cruise ships come in and out. Anyways, Drago's is good. I love them fucking oysters, boy. Woo.
Now I'm gonna say something controversial here.
What?
The beignets not worth the wait. At Cafe Du Monde, in my opinion.
Cafe Du Monde?
Yeah, the beignets they're overrated. And so is the coffee.
That's chicory. That's not coffee.
I'm not that big on sweets, but yeah, it's not that great,
It's good, but it's just funnel cake to me.
Yeah, I'm not going to stand in line to eat a beignet.
Is Jackson Square still Jackson Square? Or have they got the woke movement changed that yet? Where they got to rename it?
They have not changed the name yet. No,
It's coming.
as of now.
Why? Because it's Andrew Jackson.
Oh, it'll probably be like Barack Obama Square or some fucked up mess next. That's what they'll do. They'll fuck that whole area up just like they do everywhere else.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I play tennis, and we have tennis leagues and have teams on our teams in the league, and each team has a name. And it had mixed doubles or doubles, and you'd have mixed doubles team name maybe Let's Have Sets, or something like that going off of tennis, or double trouble, something, a little thing going off of tennis words. Well, we get an email the other day, the captain saying, the USTA has announced that no longer will there be any more creative names. It'll just be your name and the club that you play at.
That sounds boring.
So somehow somebody got offended by a freaking tennis name.
Yeah.
Well,
You can no longer have a name for a team.
Probably, let's have sets is probably the one it was.
My fantasy,
I can't think of how offensive you can make something like that.
My fantasy football team's called Kamala Swallows.
Well, that was distasteful. That was distasteful.
Yeah, it defended everybody in our league so bad.
I didn't like it, Jeff. It's very that's your
shit.
vice president, and you need to show her some respect.
Yeah, fuck
Exactly.
her.
I voted for it twice.
Yeah, exactly. That's very tacky.
I could have called her
Jeff.
skinned up knees instead. So there, Kamala Swallows was a lot simpler.
And you don't know any of this to be true.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Might not have been. Could have
Oh,
been
yeah.
a spitter.
Well, you might be that.
Okay, well, you need to take it down because that's tacky. You shouldn't talk about your VP that way.
Fuck her. And
Damn,
fuck,
Jeff.
And fuck Joe.
See there, you made us lose Jay is what you did.
Jay's laughing.
Although,
You
damn it, what did I
you
do?
made us lose him.
So, Jay, what's the future for Blind Grass? What we got? You got any new product coming out? What we got going on?
No, it was, this, I wanted some new stuff to come out, but with the supply issues, it's just been such a pain getting stuff in. Now we just got a full warehouse that we need to sell. It's one of the, we'll look at some new stuff for next year. One of the best things besides the grass I've been selling. I mean, it's so nice to be able to get back to your pit blind, and not have to brush it all the time. You just get back, no matter what storms or what, just go sit back in it and it's ready to go. But these shell bags, these dry shell bags,
Got those.
you instead of letting your shells get rusty because they're in a little shitty cardboard box,
Yep.
and then you can just roll it up, throw it in your bag, shells won't come out. So we'll have some more new stuff next year. It's some other people want some different size mats or some different colors, but every time you do that, you add more inventory and more sizes, and it just, when you got growing pains like we do, especially from this year, from what President Biden, which I don't know what's wrong with him, because he said on TV the other day, he said, the shelves, we don't have the problem with the shelves, everybody's shelves are full. And this was like 2 weeks ago. I said, somebody's come look at my warehouse. These shelves are empty.
That fucker don't know if he's shitting in his pants or eating Fruit Loops.
Jeff, that's your president. Calm down. All right, we all know you voted for him. You're trying too hard now to badmouth him.
I want to know who the some bitches are that voted for him that still will admit it. I saw where his ratings went down. I think he's in the 20% now. And I have a hard time believing 20% of anybody voted for the bastard or would consider him doing a good job.
Yeah. So how big of a pain do you get? How much? Your colors. How many? You got two different colors. You got a brown, and then you got a different color. You got
Now we have three.
You have three now?
We have the fall blend, which is has darker tones in it, which people really like for the marsh. And then one we call rice corn Johnson grass, which is a lighter, paler color that looks like dead rice or dead corn stalks. And then we have a winter green blend now, which is a couple of different colors of green.
Is that going to be kind
The
of
green is the hardest color I've had to match.
Green is just because there's so different, many shades of it.
Yeah, and it's not. It's just that the green looks different, in daylight
Right.
and when the sun hits it. When the sun hits it, it has a little gleam to it. It shines a little bit. So I think this winter green blend, everybody has liked it so far.
So how do you tinker with that? So how do you perfect the right tone that you want? Is it trial and error? Is it get it in the hands of people and see if it matches their surroundings, or how do you do it?
Well, the first one we had last year, we got it in and it was too bright. Man, it was, once you blended it in with some other colors, and it was fine, because we have the bundle grass, which is the loose grass, which you make brooms or bundles and stuff. You put some of it in there, and it looked great. But you put a big mat of it, and it was too bright. So we had to get some more muted, little darker green in it to where it doesn't stand out so much.
Right. Because your original one, how many years did it take you to perfect that blend?
Once we got it, actually, when we got that done, I took several paints. We got some stuff in the mats, and then I would take paint and I would paint it and I would try them. And we got that one down in about a year.
About a year, though.
Yeah.
That's got to be frustrating at times. You got to feel so far away at times.
Yeah, and it's and everything you look at places that you hunt, there's so many different, like on a levee, there's on a rice field levee, there's so many different colors on that levee. Right. You may have dark, you may have green, you have yellow flowers out there right now. Back where y'all hunt, at the tumbleweeds.
Yes.
I saw some asshole that day bragging about how big a tumbleweed they had. Can you believe that?
Was that you, Andy? Was it? Was it you?
Yeah, those people from Ohio, they take.
Oh, okay,
they got a lot of complaints coming.
God,
from
I
Ohio.
never knew people from Ohio were so sensitive about a freaking tumbleweed.
He got all upset about it.
I forgot about that.
Called me, said I was a retard, which was not. That's not 2021. That's not what you want to say.
No,
it's ugly.
No,
it's just almost as offensive as Kamala swallows. But yeah,
how about Kamala swallows a retard? That'd be her and Joe Biden having sex.
That's a triple whammy. Yeah.
But that was a big ass tumbleweed.
It was a Texas-sized tumbleweed, which I've come to find out that it's just you just call those a tumbleweed. The main thing we do with those is we just kind of break up our edges of the A-frame. So instead of having like a big box basically, we'll just put some shit along the side just to kind of break up that outline a little bit. Is the main thing that tumbleweeds are for. And I got a 100-pound lab that I like to. He doesn't like. He's too big for dog blind, so I just have him back up into the A-frame with us, and then I put one of those over the top of him. So it works. That's what I'm sick of doing.
Well, that makes it.
That's what I'm sick of doing. I'm sick of gathering tumbleweeds every fucking morning. Sick of doing that.
Yeah.
Tired of sitting on buckets. Tired of hot weather. Tired of Jeff.
I'm definitely tired of hot weather.
What else am I sick of?
Oh, no, your family's been gone, so you're not sick of them yet.
Well, what is it? Festivus. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a fest. I'm going to air my grievances here pretty soon. Just get it all out there. Be a Festivus for the rest of us.
Did y'all get y'all any speckle belly koozies?
Yes, I got a couple of them in my office. I'm wearing my Blind Grass shirt today. I love this thing.
Yeah, so what's up with that? Is that coming out next also, or is that a one limited edition?
No, actually, that's another business I had that we had. That's the Blend HD camouflage we had. And I just never could get the clothing sold right.
Yeah.
It just takes so much to get that out. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with that.
Well, and camouflage is a tough thing to make because I don't know. I mean, how do you come up with your own camouflage system? Like color, like that?
But just because I found most camouflage to be too dark.
Right.
And for hunting for field hunting. So it just added a lot more light colors to it.
I don't know.
But you got your spoonbill T-shirt, huh?
Jeff? Me?
You?
No.
You did. Yes, you did.
Oh, I thought he asked am I wearing
No, he's
it?
wearing his shin gear stuff today.
Oh, no.
No, I said you got it.
Yes, I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got speckle belly. If my printer ever gets off the house, I got speckle belly T-shirts. So I'll send you one of those, and I'll send you one of those shirts like Jeff's got.
Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, Jeff's.
Because those are comfortable.
They're very comfortable. They need to make underwear in this fabric is what they need to do.
Why?
It's comfortable.
Oh, in that fabric.
Yeah.
I thought you were meaning that camouflage system. I was thinking, what the fuck would that could do?
That fabric is made from plastic water bottles.
Really?
I'll be damned.
Is it hot?
No, it's nice. I'm telling you. Fuck yeah, it's
No, it's breathable.
Telling you, make me feel good on your boys. Telling you.
So how do you? That's what I don't get. How do you even like know where to launch this shit from? Like, how do you know to get a fabric that's made out of recycled water bottles? I'd be lost. I'd never come up with that.
I just checked with some different companies, and I've kind of been in the clothing deal, and just looked at it for a while, and they sent me some samples.
Well, what about like the
I got that sample.
The mats and the synthetic grass? Like, how do you even make heads or tails of where you're gonna find somebody to make this stuff?
Just did research through China, and I had somebody helping me.
Oh, okay.
And that had some kind of, inputs on there, and we researched different materials.
I gotcha. That's what always amazes me with all these different companies. I just think, how is this even possible that you found somebody in this whole big world that can do this? But research, I guess.
Yeah. I wish I could find somebody here to make it.
Yeah. Well, not
Well, I can make it here. It's just the problem is getting the mats sewn because they're hand sewn.
really.
And I've seen videos of little China women hand sewn them, and that ain't not something ain't around here. Anybody here's gonna do.
Shit, no. That's why all Nikes are made in China by 4-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah, we got grown women over there.
Grown women. We have age limit on our kids. Jay, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Tell everybody your website.
Website is blindgrass.com, which is easy enough. Instagram, if you're interested, is Blind Grass Camo, and the Facebook is Blind Grass.
And right now you do have inventory, so if you're wanting something for,
we got inventory and everything right now.
You're ready to ship right now.
Yeah, we busting at the seams in the warehouse right now, but we're getting the orders out as soon as we can.
Good, very good. Well, we wish you the best. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We thank you for coming on here, and
y'all too.
If you ever get out to West Texas, Jeff will let you cook a goose for him.
Man, I gotta get out there. We used to spend a lot of time out there quail hunting around that area.
You're gonna
do a lot of hunting, but you ain't gonna be much shooting on quail. It's gonna be like the goose hunting's been the last 2 months.
They're a fickle little animal. Well, if there's anything that we can do for you, sir, let us know, and keep killing it out there, okay?
All right, good deal. Thanks so much, y'all.
Merry Christmas and
Merry
Feliz Navidad for all our Mexican friends. Have a good day.
Feliz Navidad.
I told that today to Richard, my police chief in town today.
You told him Feliz Navidad?
Yeah, he's Mexican. I was trying to be nice. I said, listen, fatty, Feliz Navidad.
It's going to sound silly. Does that mean Merry Christmas, or is that something else?
It's like the Kunikaliawaka or whatever it
Male
was.
Kalikimaka?
Yeah, it's Hawaiian and Christmas.
Is the Hawaiian
Feliz
way.
Navidad would be Merry Christmas in Mexican.
That doesn't sound right.
It does. Don't look it up. You'll be embarrassed. Thank
Feliz?
y'all for listening.
No, I'm going to look it up.
Feliz Navidad
Is a Christmas song. That's all it is, Jeff.
I think it means Merry Christmas.
I don't think it does.
I think that's what they're saying. Like, Merry Christmas is a greeting for at Christmas time in America, or for the English, or whatever the hell you want to call us.
Happy Christmas.
Same thing.
Nope.
Merry or happy. Same
Not at all.
thing. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Same deal.
Not at all. Not even close.
All right. Thank y'all for listening to us. Feliz Navidad, and goodbye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before you go, check out all of our great sponsors. Check out Pacific Call, Shin Gear Waiters, State Plains Meats, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club, Gun Dog Outdoors, Goose Creek Retrievers, Bangtail Whiskey, Eyesight Drones, and Stanfield Hunting Outfitters.